Hey Erin, do you remember when you were just a newborn and you would only fall asleep with me if I laid you on my bed? You probably don't, but that was the only way I could get you to stay asleep late into the night. It's officially been 3 weeks since you were born. Giving birth to you feels like it happened a lifetime ago. It doesn't feel like it's been less than a month since I became a mom. We came home to begin our lives together on May 21st. And ever since then, the days have been flying by. No, really. I blink, and it's a new day, and you're a little bit bigger and look a little bit different each and every day. As a newborn, you're currently on a continuous cycle of eating, burping, pooping, and sleeping every couple of hours. Some days are easier than others, so no 2 days go exactly the same. But I am learning new tricks every day to help me with the uncertainty of tomorrow. Needless to say, I am enjoying the curveballs you're throwing at me. It's keeping me on my toes. As I'm adjusting to my role as your mother, I'm surprisingly not overwhelmed or even exhausted. It seems like I'm just in a constant state of an adrenaline rush. So maybe the tiredness, at least for now, hasn't hit me yet.
Grandma had to come to the rescue. Always. And Erin just has a really big appetite.
A hole in the stomach.
But even so, it's not as scary as people make motherhood out to be. But I'm only speaking with 3 weeks of experience under my belt, so maybe I'm still a little bit naive to my own experience. I still think that I got really lucky with you, because even in your fussiness, no task seems impossible with you. If anything, it's the rougher patches of the day or the night that I learned the most about you and even about my own parenting style and abilities. Regardless of what the days have been looking like, I relish in each and every moment of your newborn stage. Because the harsh reality is, it goes by so quickly. I don't want to take any moment for granted because you will never be this small or vulnerable ever again in your life.
I know. Give me 1 second. Mommy's thirsty. Mommy's thirsty. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me drink some water. I know you're still hungry. Give me a second. I'll give you my other boogie. Mommy's thirsty. I know.
Your newborn days have given me a new perspective on time, and I have a new appreciation for it. Because every moment spent with you like this is so special and important. Right now, your body is in such a crucial stage of newborn infancy. Your brain is developing all of your senses so you can begin to understand the environment around you. As your mom, my sole duty right now is to tend to all of your needs at any given time. For you, Erin, all you really need to do is get a lot of sleep, drink lots of mommy's milk, and continue growing and being the happy baby that I've been blessed to have. In return, mommy is working really hard on getting you an infinite supply of delicious, fatty, juicy mommy's milk. It's easier said than done, so I work late into the night to try to make as much milk as possible. I'll give you an update when I have one.
All right. You're hungry. No. You ready to eat? Yes. Yes, perfect. Yes. You just want to eat. Uh-huh. Yes. I know. I know, but you have to be patient, Mama. That's the key. The key is patience. Okay? Right? I know you're hungry. It's my fault. I'm super slow. It took forever to wake up. Okay, you ready to eat, Mama? Delicious. Oh, delicious. Wow. I'm so jealous. Is it delicious? Mama's milk? Yeah? Oh, you're welcome. Take your time. I'm not in a rush. No? She's always smiling in her sleep. Right now it is 9:42 a.m. and typically around this time I'm already nursing Erin. Right now she's kind of taking a little bit of a break. She's a little milk drunk. I gave her the main entree for breakfast, which was my right boob. It's the one who like right now produces the most milk. She's like smiling. She's milk drunk. And she usually takes like a little bit of a break, and then I latch her on to dessert, which is my left boob, because it has a really good letdown. I've noticed when I'm like pumping, but I just don't produce as much on my left side, so I just call it dessert. So she's taking a little bit of a break before she has her dessert, and get going with the rest of our day. I don't really have a routine with her, so I kind of wake up whenever she does. So until she has technically like her breakfast and dessert, and then I burp her and I settle her down for her morning naps. I don't really get to do anything for myself, just because I'm just like sleeping with her, or yeah, I'm trying to sleep whenever she's sleeping. So yeah, for now, there's really no routine with newborns anyways. You're kind of just tending to their needs as the days go on. So yeah, so we're gonna hang out here on the glider probably for another 30 minutes. I don't know how long she's gonna take this break for. And I'm still working on like my burping technique. I am not the greatest at like getting her burps out. I'm getting better at it, but I'm not like the best. And then I also have to wait around for her to poop. She has lately, the last couple of days, she's been pooping. Before, when we first came home with her, Erin was pooping like either before and then after every feeding. The last couple of days, I think she's going through like a growth spurt. So she's pooping even during feedings, which is kind of new because she wasn't doing that like last week. So she's definitely going through a couple more diapers. No complaints here as long as she's pooping and also peeing. I kind of don't care. I just kind of noticed that new thing happening. She just turned 3 weeks on Friday, and she had her 2-week checkup appointment last Tuesday, and she's now 8.15 pounds, which is crazy. So basically, Erin never ended up losing any weight, any of her birth weight. She just straight up has been gaining weight since she's been out the womb. So she must be eating good. So it makes me feel really good about my breastfeeding journey with her. And so yeah, she's been gaining weight. She's definitely eating a lot. I do think she's going through a growth spurt since she hit the end of her 2-week mark into her 3 weeks of age, just because almost for a week now she's been she's like been fighting her sleep, especially at nighttime. For almost a week now she just does not want to settle down, which you guys kind of saw already with trying to get her to go to sleep last night. The first 2 weeks it was kind of easier to get her down, and she was also smaller and only like a week or two old, so things were a little bit different. But as the weeks are progressing, you know, she's changing and evolving because she's growing. So yeah, so I think she's going through a growth spurt because she also got they measured her last week and she was also a lot I think she's ready for a dessert. Mom, are you hungry? Come on, you have to eat the other one too. I think she's still in here. Mama, you have to latch. Let's try latching. Okay. I got your meal right here, but you have to latch. You got this? Oh my God. You're almost there? There you go. You're almost there. Ah. You. You're just lazy. Yeah, this is not a bottle. This is the boobies. You have to put a little bit of effort. It's okay. Okay, you let me know when you're ready. You seem like you're ready. I know, but you have to try to latch. I can only do so much. This part has to be you. Let's work together. Ah. I just like try to talk her through. Sometimes like she gets so excited or okay, okay. But I'm trying my best. You have to latch, Mama. This is a little bit different than the bottle. And she's a little bit too excited, so she's not latching. My left side is easier for what's wrong? I know you're hungry. I can hear it. Ah. There you go. She finally latched. My left boob is actually easier for her to latch on. She just gets like so excited sometimes, or like very impatient, I noticed, especially when she's had like a bottle a couple hours prior. She gets used to not having to, I guess, put as much effort with the sucking. So yeah, she's a little spoiled. But she's latched and she's having her dessert. She's milk drunk. She just finished her dessert, my left side, and she's knocked out. She's milk drunk. I have to kind of be careful with Erin. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether she's feeding or if she's pacifying. And sometimes I think she's just pacifying because she falls asleep feeding at nursing. Whether I nurse her in my bed or I nurse her on the glider. I don't know if this is like something that I never picked up the pacifier, neither did my sister when we were newborns or toddlers. I never used a pacifier. So straight out of the womb, she's a pacifier gal. Nothing against it. I am just trying to use only pacifiers that won't mess up her dental structure, because my younger brother ended up using pacifiers and he's almost 18 and he's still wearing braces. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that's something that like hereditary, but things are starting to make more sense, because even when she was in my belly and I would see her ultrasound pictures, she always had like her finger in her mouth, or like her hands near her mouth. And ever since she was born, it's like literally looking, it's like the exact, oh, she knows I'm talking about her. Basically, she likes to suck her thumb. She's a thumb sucker. I'm sorry. I think she knows I'm talking about her. Yeah, but my baby Erin is a thumb sucker. I don't know where I never sucked my thumb. None of my siblings ever did, so that's pretty new to me. Right now she can't really suck her thumbs because she's wearing onesies to protect her fingers from, she has very sharp nails. She came out with like really long nails, so every couple days we have to like file them down. But she wears like onesies with mittens for now until she's a little bit bigger. Like the first couple of days after the first day or two that she was born, when we were still in the hospital, her face was just all scratched up because she was like scratching herself. She likes to sleep with her hands like this, like the exact same way I would see her in my ultrasound pictures is exactly how she is in real life. Like legitimately, she likes to sleep like this. In every ultrasound picture I've ever had of her, my ultrasound video of her, like this or like this or like this. It's just like, it's literally so scary. She was like this even in the womb. So I'm probably gonna finish up with her here. It's actually pretty early. I'm gonna offer her my boobs one more time, try to burp her to the best of my abilities, and then probably get myself straightened up and, you know, brush my teeth, you know, something. Probably baby wear her. I'm trying to get better at grooming my brows. It's a work in progress. But I'm slowly learning how to like get the shape that I like. I'm doing more of like the soap brow because it's like one less thing to do. When I'm doing my makeup, I don't fill them in anymore. I just groom them. So bear with me. They're gonna be looking a little bit weird and wonky and just crazy for probably a few more months until I get the hang of it. This brow always comes out looking good, but this brow, I don't know, it takes me a while to style this side, but this one's a lot easier, I guess, because I'm using my right hand. I guess I could use my left. But yeah, they're cousins, not sisters, okay? Don't judge me. When I was a little girl, I used to love dancing. Well, I got Spanish in me, so of course I got rhythm. But you know, as I got older, I just like, I'm shy now. I don't really dance, but ever since she's been home with me, I've been thinking about like my own childhood. And my cousin has this cassette tape, like videotape of me like coming out of my my aunt's like living room, like literally dancing to a grown-ass J-Lo song. And I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I came out shaking my hips like I was trying to pay rent. And I just thought about like I thought about that because like a lot of my mom's family, when they're like reminiscing on me as like a child, like throughout my years growing up, they would always bring up that story. And my cousin lives in Florida now, but he still has the videotape. But I probably have seen it once or twice when I was super young, but I don't really remember. But I just thought about that conversation that they'll bring up, and I'm like, I wonder if like Erin will have like natural rhythm, because every Latina knows how to dance. But you know, now I'm an adult, and even in my early 20s, I just never danced. I'm like too shy. So yeah, I was just thinking about that because I was listening to a live stream and it was like ending, and he was playing this like really good like dance hall song, and I was just like, oh my god. And so I started like it took me back. I think like motherhood is starting to give me like that confidence that I haven't had since I was like a teenager or a young kid myself. And I feel so grateful. I feel so grateful. And now I'm just curious like if Erin's gonna have like that type of confidence like naturally. I feel like her entering my life has given me back some of what I've lost throughout the years. So yeah, I don't know, that was super weird. I hope what I was saying made sense. Yeah. Like, she's gonna have to like know how to dance bachata, samba. No, reggaeton, that's too much. That's like, that's not appropriate. Not until she's an adult, then she could be twerking and shaking her hips. But bachata, samba, cumbia, I don't think I could dance cumbia, to be honest. Or at least I don't think I've ever learned. Salsa, merengue. She doesn't know how to dance everything, especially bachata. That's like the basics. Like Erin has to know how to dance bachata, because if she doesn't, then I failed her. I failed her as her mama. maybe when she's like older, and like if TikTok and Instagram are still around and she's comfortable with it, and she's like has the dancing gene, like she has like that natural rhythm in her, I'll like probably do like those TikTok dances with her, because I do them like by myself. I've always done them by myself, like in the privacy of my own home, because I can dance. I know how to dance. I could dance, but I'm just shy. Like I just got shy as I got older, and like, you know, like not having that type of confidence. But if my daughter's into dancing, then mama you'll see me in a couple years like doing TikTok dances with my daughter. It's like super cringy. Now I'm just like curious and I'm like wondering what's in store for the future. Okay, so this is the final look. This is what I've been looking like the last 3 weeks. Actually, this is like the best I've looked like in the last 3 weeks. Probably because I just got my eyelashes done and my eyebrows and lip freshly threaded a couple days ago. I went. So yeah, that's probably why this is probably the best I've looked like, because I was like, I was looking a little crazy, not gonna lie. I looked like I was going through it. Like, the last 3 weeks haven't been that intense. Like, I don't know why I thought, like, from everything I've heard other parents talk about, especially like coming home with a newborn and what postpartum looks like the first couple of weeks, I like would always hear like, oh my God, you're not gonna sleep, you're gonna be a zombie, everything. Like, it's like, it was like, you know, you get a little scared of the things that you hear experienced parents like say, or like about like the first couple weeks. But honestly, like, I haven't had that experience. I mean, like the first week, yeah, I didn't sleep, but like it wasn't as intense as it's like I already wasn't sleep. I was already not sleeping like that anyways to begin with. So it wasn't that much difference. It was just like a new type of it was just a little bit intense, because now like you're needing to tend to like a newborn's like needs. But it wasn't as like a whirlwind of a tornado as like I've heard parents like talk about. So maybe I'm just like really lucky, or I'm just like patient, or maybe it was like intense, but like to me it didn't feel like it, because I don't know, something I feel like about my demeanor when it comes to like this type of role in life. Like, I'm not like, when I said earlier I was like anxious, like I'm dealing with like postpartum anxiety, I meant more like in the sense that I feel like I'm not doing enough for her, I'm not doing things right, especially when it comes to the breastfeeding. I would love to be completely exclusively breastfeeding, because you know that's what my body's meant to do now as a mother, and I'm just like not able to keep up. So it kind of feeds into like my insecurity of just like not feeling adequate enough for Erin as like her mother. And I want to try not to get emotional because I just got my lashes done. I cannot. But yeah, it just feeds into my insecurity of that I've had in general, about like just not feeling like good enough, or just feeling like a mistake myself. And so like I just want to do everything perfect, because I have like that like perfectionist tendency when it comes to like how well of a job I do when it comes to things in my life. Like I'm like very like perfectionist like. So yeah, like that's kind of what like has been fueling my anxiety. But other than that, like I've had like a really great time the last 3 weeks. I'm being like very optimistic. I haven't felt like overwhelmed or sad at all, really. Like I thank God I haven't been hit with the postpartum depression, but who knows, like it's still pretty early in postpartum. But no, it's not as scary as I feel like some parents make it seem, especially doing it as a single mom. I thought it was going to be a lot more intense and crazier of a roller coaster when it comes to being a mother to someone. But honestly, like it's been pretty okay. I kind of am loving it, you know. I'm really loving it, and I'm just grateful that everything has been going so smoothly, and that I'm able to be mentally and physically well after giving birth and coming home with my daughter. Yeah, something that's I've been thinking about the last couple of days, as Erin is going to be a month pretty soon. It's going to be 1 month old, and I keep saying that to people, like now that I'm starting to like see the people in my life again, like going out to do things without Erin, for my own time, like my me time. It feels like I gave birth a million years ago. It doesn't feel like it's only been 3 weeks. And I don't know if that's like super scary, but it really puts into perspective how time really flies by, and like newborns change every single day. And I've always heard that from like parents prior to being pregnant. But now that I have my own daughter and I'm watching her like just grow and like see more of her personality on like a daily basis, it's so true. Like time really does fly by, and every day and every moment is like so precious, like, and you just can't get it back. So yeah. Okay guys, sorry, I was outside playing with the dogs. It's 12:55. Erin just did poopies, so I'm gonna change her diaper and then go downstairs and wash my bottles that have been up here all night, and either eat something. If she's still going to be sleeping, she's been asleep for a while, so she should be waking up soon for her next feeding. I'm most likely just going to make something to drink, because I don't want to jinx it, because I feel like she's going to wake up any minute now. Hi. Hello. So I'm actually downstairs right now. My mom is upstairs with Erin helping me put her down. She's due for an afternoon nap. I breastfed her about an hour ago. The hardest part sometimes for me is putting her down. She gets very fussy with me because I feel like with me, when I try to like put her down, she just wants to be on my breast the whole time and then fall asleep that way. And I really don't want to build that habit with her, even though she's still a newborn. They don't really build habits right now. But something about my mom, she just has like the magic touch. She has a lot more experience than I do. So that's probably why. But my mom can easily rock her to bed, burp her, do everything, like super easy breezy for her. For me, I really do struggle. So yeah, so thankfully I have my mom here helping me with that right now, so I can have some time to come downstairs and eat. She was making lasagna while I was upstairs nursing, so it's pretty nice to have something ready to eat, because I get pretty like drained after I breastfeed. I get really drained, and I feel like the life is being like sucked out of me, if that makes sense. But before I do anything, I have to wash the bottles that I had laying in my room all morning. They have to be washed just so I have them ready for the evening time in case I need to supplement with formula, or I want to feed her some pumped breast milk late into the night. I have it ready. They also have to be sterilized for at least 30 minutes, so that's going to take some time. I also have to wash my ladybugs. These are my BFFs. They go one on each nipple, and they help me collect breast milk because I have started leaking a lot in between feedings and pumping. I hope it's due to all these weird supplements and things I've been doing to try to build up milk supply for Erin. So these help me collect and not waste any breast milk that could potentially go to Erin for one of her meals. So this is like a game changer for me. And yeah, these also need to be sterilized. I'm hoping I don't leak at all since I just fed her, but I haven't pumped pretty much at all today, which is not good. I'm really bad at keeping I have good days and bad days with the pumping. Some days I'm really good about pumping every 2 hours before or after breastfeeding. But I don't know, some days like today, I just, I lose track and I like literally forget. So yeah, I'm gonna sterilize these two because I definitely need it. I also have to sterilize my pump too anyway, so it doesn't matter. I gotta do that first before I eat and enjoy my iced chai or iced matcha. I haven't made up my mind yet, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm actually gonna make myself an iced chai to take upstairs with me back to the room to hang out with Erin. I might make a chai iced latte. I made one yesterday. It was really good with this like new concentrate that I found at Target. Or I'm debating if I should try this cafe style sweetened matcha latte powder that I also got from Target the other day. It's plant-based, it's dairy-free. I guess it's good. I make it no secret that I'm not really the biggest fan of matcha, but because I'm breastfeeding, I'm actually not drinking coffee at all, exclusively not at all. I've been tempted with a Red Bull, especially in the first week of postpartum, because you know, it is tiring and you definitely aren't sleeping. But I didn't I made it through with no coffee and no energy drink. Even though I would love a Red Bull right about now, I didn't give in. So matcha is the next best thing. I've had it a couple times. I've even mixed it in with oats, just because I heard that, I read on the internet that that is also key in helping build milk supply, if that's what you're trying to do. I don't know. I didn't really look at the packaging when I purchased this matcha powder. It says this matcha is originally from Yuji and Kagoshima. And I'll make myself an iced chai. But I also have a cup of hot water because I also read the internet says that mother's milk herbal tea is actually really good in helping build milk supply if you take it as directed. And I think this tea you're supposed to drink 3 to 5 cups, which I have yet to achieve. At most, I think I've only drank 2 cups a day. It's the consistency for me that I struggle with. Every day with the newborn is a little bit different. I'm a routine person, so it's definitely been an adjustment for me to just not be on a very rigid schedule, like routine. But you know, that's all newborns, so I'm not really complaining. But yeah, when it comes to taking the things to help build my my milk supply, I definitely have not been good on the consistency. So I'm gonna make one to have. It says to steep it for 10 minutes, so that's what I'm gonna do while I make my chai latte. And I will take it, and then hopefully I can get 2 more cups of this by the time I go to sleep tonight, which I think is doable. Shouldn't be too hard to do that. This mother's milk tea, it kind of smells like a Twizzler, like a very sweet Twizzler. It reminds me of a Twizzlers, and I love Twizzlers. It's the first thing I thought of when I smelled it. It kind of smells like a syrupy Twizzler or something like that. It's not a bad smell. I like Twizzlers, so I don't really mind the smell, but I don't know if that'll bug people. But you know, you're not taking it for the taste or the, well, I'm not taking it for the taste or the smell of it. I'm taking it because I want more breast milk for Erin. Okay, let me make my chai. Oh God, I love the taste of chai. It's just something I can't describe. I'm positive I have the ratios for the perfect chai wrong, but whatever. I don't know, I feel like I could use more chai. Someone is gonna like call me out for this. I know this is not right at all. Hey guys. Okay, so I went to go take a quick shower because I was just feeling so nasty. Erin actually is still sleeping, which is a good thing. I'm hoping she can get at least 3 hours in this morning into the early afternoon. I want to do a couple of house chores just in case she does wake up, because it'll make it a little bit harder to do if she's awake. And then besides that, I'm not really in a rush to get anything else accomplished. I would like to try to pump. That's something that I've been trying to be really stringent about. I don't have a very strict schedule. I usually just pump whenever my boobs start to feel like very full, and she either hasn't fed yet or has already fed, but they still feel a little bit full. But I guess my main goal this summer is to try to get on a really strict pumping schedule, because I know pumping and nursing is super vital in like helping milk production. But there's some days where I kind of like feel discouraged just because of that anxiety that I have after giving birth. So yeah, and it's a little bit painful on my right side compared to my left side for some reason. My right side is my main producer, but that's the side that usually hurts during the letdown for a few seconds, and then like my nipple like softens up and everything is fine for the next 20-30 minutes that I pump. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find some time to pump at least one boob. If I could at least pump my right boob, that would be actually great, because that's the side that usually gets super like full. But yeah, I would also like to make like something to drink to give me a little bit more energy. I don't want to drink matcha, but I feel like I'm gonna have to drink matcha because chai lattes, they don't really do anything unless you put espresso in them. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I feel super refreshed. Oh, I'm also back to wearing my halter tops. I used to love wearing halter tops before I got pregnant because they're so easy. And if you're a big booby girl like me, I've had big boobs my whole life, to be honest. I don't ever not remember being a double D. So honestly, now that I'm an adult and I can wear whatever I want, I used to love just wearing halter tops because it gave me the right amount of support. I personally don't care if my boobs look saggy. That's what big boobs do. Gravity, they sag, you know, unless like I go get like a breast lift, then yeah, they're gonna be like perky, but my boobs are just naturally saggy. That's just what they do, and I don't really care. But it was so depressing during my pregnancy wearing like bras because like they're just so uncomfortable to me, and I just feel like very like restricted. It feels uncomfortable for me personally. So now that I am postpartum and you know my belly is pretty much all the way down, I can go back to wearing my halter tops. It's also pretty easy to like, if I need to like breastfeed, I could just pew, pop it out. Right now I'm not wearing my Haka Ladybugs, but I just do have like a nursing pad just in case I start to leak a little bit so it doesn't get on my clothing. But that's usually my first indicator that I do need to pump, is if I have like a damp like nursing pad. But I try to avoid leaking like that because you know it's breast milk that's like being wasted. But yeah, let's not waste any more time, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
¿Porque está sudando o porque se le pasó el calor? ¿Quieres que le dé la frentosa que le sirve?
Yeah, and then if she's still hungry, I'll give her my breast. What's going on, girlie? Mommy's worried. Why aren't you sleeping? What's going on? You want to sleep with mommy, don't you, huh? Okay. You can hang out with me here. Hopefully she can at least nap on my bed. I don't mind. I'm not gonna go to sleep anytime soon, so Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So it is 11:05. Erin's just been fussy the last couple of days. Like, feels like a week and a half by now. She's just been really fussy, especially in the evening. Trying to get her settled down. It'll take hours, and then by the time you can kind of get her settled down, it's usually time for her next feeding. That's kind of how long it takes to get her like settled down. You know, it's nothing too crazy, but it's just a little like, for me it's like worrying, because I just don't know how to ease her in her own anxiety, or like what could be upsetting her. She had just calmed down when I took her to the bed with me, but then she did poopies, so now I'm changing her diaper. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think she's, like I said earlier, I think she's just having a growth spurt, so she's like cluster feeding a little bit, and just, you know, fussy. Very, very reminiscent to like the first few days of postpartum after I gave birth. So yeah, I don't mind staying up with her. I just worry if there's any consequences to her not getting enough sleep. How long will this last? I'm worried because of just my own anxieties and insecurity with how much I'm able to pump. I'm just like worried if she's even getting enough breast milk. I brought this up to her pediatrician actually when I saw, when we went to sorry, I'm like, I'm a little out of it right now. When we went to her 2-week doctor's appointment last week, I did ask about that. If like, I'm just worried that she's just not getting enough nutrients, or she's not eating enough, and the pediatricians told me that she's actually gaining weight and she's growing, so you know, there's nothing alarming going on. So whatever I'm doing feeding wise and like nursing seems to be working, because she's on a good path when it comes to like gaining weight and stuff. So yeah, so that kind of eased my mind. A little bit. She's obviously growing and she's reaching new milestones every week. And so I'm just like hoping that until we go to the 2-month doctor's appointment that she is getting enough food. And of course I supplement with formula when needed, but I try to do as much breastfeeding as possible. I honestly didn't even get a chance to pump today because that's how much she was kind of like cluster feeding throughout the day. So yeah, I'm gonna just finish changing her diaper and then probably get back in bed with her and watch some TV. And she was starting to fall asleep while I was while I had her on my chest. But it's almost as if though she's fighting sleeping, which I read is a part of when babies are going through the growth spurts from 1 to 3 weeks. So I'm assuming that's what it is, that she's just fighting to sleep as part of reaching some new milestone. So I'm still optimistic. I'm just hoping. My biggest concern is I just want to make sure that she is getting enough food, because obviously I don't want to like starve her, and I'm not trying to, and I breastfeed on demand with whatever supply I have as much as I can. So yeah, I just hope she is getting enough food. Okay, Mama. Nice and clean. Erin is down here nursing. It is, what time is it? 11:57. It's almost midnight. Yeah, I'm not surprised that she hasn't taken her evening naps at all. It's kind of been like this for the past week, I want to say, at this point. She just gets really fussy at nighttime, and I'm just praying that it really is just a growth spurt, and that's why she's like cluster feeding the way she is, and just not being able to go a couple hours consecutively getting sleep. But yeah, I think we're just gonna stay in bed for the rest of the night, at least until she falls asleep. I'm not really tired, just because I'm so like worried that I just hope that it's not because I'm not like producing enough. She had formula earlier, and that didn't even like satisfy her. So I'm probably not gonna like make another bottle tonight to supplement, because I feel like my boob may be enough for her tonight, like my boobs. But yeah, I have my drinks next to me. I'm drinking the Fruit Punch Body Armor. I go to Reddit for a lot of my mom questions, parenting advice, just to see like what other people are doing, especially when it comes to the breastfeeding aspect. So a lot of moms on Reddit say that the body armor is really good for helping boost breast milk supply. And they say the red one's the best one. So every couple of days I go to Target and I stock up on packs of these. So I have it for at least a couple of days to like sip on throughout the day, because I am so bad when it comes to drinking water, which is super important for breastfeeding. I think she's done with my left boob. has this thing where she like, I don't know if she gets like upset or like it's just like a lot. She'll like take breaks in between her feeding. Like she gets tired of sucking, which is understandable. And so she'll unlatch and she gets worked up because she's still hungry. But to get her to relatch is hard sometimes because she's getting like worked up and impatient almost. So yeah. I think we're gonna call it a night. I'm not surprised. This is how it's been for the last week, so I'm just hoping she is getting enough food and it's just like a case of cluster feeding because she's growing. I know, Mama. You have to try to latch. Thank you. Yeah, so this is pretty much what 24 hours kind of looks like for me with Erin as a newborn. I think this is as bad as it's been since, yeah, this is like second to bad. This just reminds me of like the first couple of days after I gave birth, where she was cluster feeding to catch up on like her food after she was born. So yeah, I am like starting to notice that when it comes to being a mom, so far I've been really good when it comes to like dealing with like high stress scenarios with a newborn. I don't really get worked up or like emotional. I just kind of try to assess in the moment, so I don't really get reactive or like freak out. Because especially as a single mom, I could definitely see how that could be like a natural reaction. And maybe one day I'll have a reaction like that, like where I'm, I just like, it'll hit me or something, or I'll get like overwhelmed. But so far I just like go with the flow kind of, even though I have a lot of anxiety, like postpartum anxiety, when I'm in a scenario with her throughout the day, I just kind of stay calm, and not even like on purpose, just that's just my natural reaction with her. Like I'm just like very cautious about my next step. I just try to think logically about how can I comfort baby and stuff. So tonight I think we might be co-sleeping, just so at least Mommy can get some sleep later.
Hey Erin, do you remember when you were just a newborn and we would lay in bed together late into the night? I would lay there next to you with the pacifier and a boob full of mommy's milk ready to go, just in case I needed reinforcements. I would lay there staring at you as I patiently waited for you to drift off into deep sleep. Newborns aren't able to roll over or do much of anything once laid on their back. But somehow, some way, you would inch your way closer to me throughout your sleep until our noses were in close proximity with each other. That was my favorite part of the day. was at the end of the night, into the wee hours of the early morning, laying in bed with you, just you and me. It was the purest form of coziness and warmth that I've ever experienced. When you get older, every once in a while, will you keep me company and sleep with me? You know, just like this, for old time's sake.